Culture Creators. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, subscribe. This will be our first tutorial video. So please, comment as many questions as you like. This is a judgment-free zone. We are here to help you. And please, if you know a better way than how we do it, or, an easier way, just, let us know politely. We're just here to help each other. So this first video will be about how to become a Fortnite creator. And with that being said, before we get started, make sure you always do your own research, which can be reading stuff, Googling stuff, watching stuff on YouTube. Just do your own research, okay? So let's start this process. Okay. All right, so the first thing first, I always like to start on Google. If you use Chrome, whatever your internet that you use to go on the internet, which can be Explorer, Safari, whatever you use. But I use Chrome. So what I do first is I will type in Google, how to become a Fortnite creator. Okay? This stuff should pop up. The Fortnite creator portal, the island creator, basically like the articles on the information about it. You probably have the AI stuff pop up as well. But we're going to start out here and let's get to it. Before we get started, let me just say this, you guys. Being a Fortnite creator, you have two different options. You could be an island creator or a support a creator. I'm pretty sure if you guys are aware of this process, you know what you heard of SAC, support a creator, or maybe you watch somebody that makes content about Fortnite and they're like, hey, support me as a creator. Creative code. Ours is Culture Creators all together. You can put that inside the item shop and that creator would get basically when you spend money, it would go down under their creative made as they would get the credit for it, basically. So I'm pretty sure like, oh hey, if she support a creator, support me as a creator, my creator code is just snap. Okay, that's a support a creator. Support a creator are more like people that are influencers, or not even, because we don't really consider ourselves influencers, but like if you're a content creator, like we have a YouTube, we have a TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that, and you're making posts of like Fortnite gameplay or like us tutorials and stuff, or just anything about Fortnite. Fortnite will support you as a creator. But it's requirements that you have to need to become a support creator. With us, we actually became an island creator before we became a supported creator, because you have to build up your followers account and all that. And we wanted to start making maps ASAP. So you could do either or. I think a lot of people do become a supported creator because a lot of content creators and influencers start making maps after, but we did the opposite. We was island creators first, and then we became supported creators. Okay, so that being said, you can click on right here if you want to. This one gives you information about the programs, island creator and engagement program. You do get payouts, but let me just take that with a grain of salt, you guys. You do get payouts, but don't be looking forward to a guaranteed paycheck every week or every month. I'm just going to put that out there. Because you get paid based on how many people play your map and their playtime, okay? But quote me if I'm wrong. Please, please correct me. But just don't be disrespectful when you do it. So you get paid when you get a number of people on your map. That even determine when you get granted XP as well. You got to hit a certain mark of players. And then Fortnite will pay you out monthly. But the thing with that as well is you don't get paid until you hit the minimum amount of $100. Okay? So if you want to make $50 on your map and it took you a whole year to do that, you're not going to get no payout that year. They do give you a year to make a minimum of $100 for you to start getting paid. Publish items within Fortnite, receive money by player engagement. In the creative portal, you're able to check all that retention, play time, how many players join your map this day, that day, this week. You can get some players even do surveys on you. That all will show up in your portal. How to join? You have to be at least 18 years old. You have to have an Epic account, have logged into Fortnite at least 30 days before applying. Okay, so just make sure you guys, read up on these requirements, because I'm sorry if you're a minor, you can't do it right now. But there's always ways around some stuff. Just, Your account must have been editing items at Fortnite or projects in Unreal for 7 or at least 30 days. That's what comes in that how we did it. We started becoming island creators before we became a supporter creator. So we already met these requirements. And it tells you what to do on the create a profile, you sign in, and then you have to select, I want to be an island creator. You have to, sign some contracts with them. And you sign, and then they'll submit it, and then they'll approve you if you meet the requirements. Okay, so it just tells you step by step what to do here. You're gonna sign into your account. Enroll now. Island creator. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I'm gonna actually try to show you guys. But it's always good to read this stuff. See, you have to sign the agreements here. Right here too. It's actually good. Just really good. Very informational. Very informative. Okay. And then when you're becoming a creator too, they do ask for your personal information, like your first and last name, your date of birth. I believe they ask for your social or your EIN number. Don't quote me though. I could be wrong, because it's been a whole year since we did it. But they do ask for your tax information. They do ask how you file your taxes and all that good stuff. Like, are you a sole proprietor or your LLC? They ask for all that stuff. They ask for your direct deposit. So you do have to give a lot of personal information. So I would suggest if you're 18 years old, 19 years old, and you're just starting up doing this, I would talk with your parents about it and, just get their feedback. Then, like I said, don't go into this thinking you're going to make all this money out the gate. You're not. Let's be real. But you can make money from it. And there's a lot of people that are very successful that make thousands, 100,000s from this. You can. It's possible. But it's a hustle. It's a grind. And just know that don't go and quit your job. or some whatever you're doing now, and think that that's going to be your main source of income. Okay, just hold out on that. Because what makes you will make you a successful Fortnite creator is when map creator, I should say, is when you get your map out there and you got to have a lot of players on your map daily. And, and keep updating your map and keep it, in trend, and try to keep it on Discover. And player retention is very important. Having return-in players, having a lot of players on there. How long does players stay on your map? Do they only come there for 5 minutes, or do they stay for 30 or 40 minutes? So all that counts too. So it counts with, you got to market your map, you got to promote your map. You have to get it out there on your own. All right, so it tells you a little bit about your hyperwallet, your tax profiles. I will read all this stuff. Remember, you guys, just Google this stuff, and it'll pop up with these links for all this information. Okay, so that's that. So let's go to, hold on. That's the developer. Okay. So the next link is welcome to, basically the Fortnite creator portal, which I already have up, I believe. And how you can get to that, you can go to fortnite.com, like right here. Click on creator. Click on create and creator portal right here. It'll bring you right to it. And once you're logged in and everything, you'll be already set up and logged in, or they'll log you in, and you'll see all your stuff. All right, so we're gonna go now. We're in the portal still, that same page, but we're going to go where it says Fortnite Developer Program, FAQs. You can hit sign up to apply if you're ready already, but not. I would suggest reading all this stuff because it explains how it works. You apply, sign in with your Epic account, tell us about yourself and accept the terms. Create and publish. Once you're accepted, share your links. It's not that simple. Because I'm trying to go on a ramp this video, because I want this video to be about 20 minutes, and then I'll probably end up doing a part 2. But once you apply and you are accepted, once you create your account, long as you meet the requirements, and then you gotta fill in all your information and you gotta sign the agreements, right? Then you have your portal created, but you still have to download UEFN, and I would suggest you log into Fortnite in favorite for creative. How you find creative in Fortnite is basically you go inside Fortnite, you're on the Discover page. You're going to basically search for it, type in creative. It should pop up. I would suggest favoring that because before we had the issue when sometimes it wouldn't pop up or you couldn't find it. Favor that. Keep that as a favorite as always, because there's 2 ways to curate maps on Fortnite. First way is Creative 1.0. Maybe it's called 2.0 now, I'm not sure. But that's when you can Fortnite Creative 1.0 or 2.0 is basically when you can curate maps inside of the Fortnite game itself. So you can do it on your PlayStation 5 or your desktop. Doesn't matter. But option 2 is UEFN, which is Unreal. What you can create is a software that you download on your desktop or your laptop. And you create Fortnite maps that way. And take this, like I said, do your own research. A lot of people prefer Creative 1.0 or 2.0 because they say that it's easier than I'm sorry about that. A lot of people prefer Creative 1.0 because they say that it's easier. You're used to playing Fortnite already, so you can just, sign into your Fortnite, start making maps that way. A lot of people get intimidated by UEFN because it looks like a professional software and they have all these buttons on your screen. And, oh my gosh, like, what is this? What is this? Oh, but what am I getting myself into? UEFN can be intimidating when you first start. I'm not going to lie. But me, I'm a hands-on type of person or observer. Once I started playing around with it, I kind of got the gist of it. Or you could be like one of my partners in the squad. He was observer and watched YouTube videos on it, and he got it that way. But it's not a lot of videos out there that helps you with explaining how to do it. That's how we started. That's how we said we're going to start making videos on how to explain it, because when we started a year ago making maps, it wasn't much out there for us. Basically had to figure it out on your own. That's how we're going to try to make as much videos and be as detailed as possible. If we forget something, we're human. But if we catch it, or if you guys let us know, we'll make a video about that as well. So back to it. So yeah, so it's 2 ways that you can make maps. Fortnite Creative 1.0 versus UEFN. With UEFN, you do have to have a pretty powerful computer because it'll crash. But you guys should know that already, because you guys already, you might not. If you already play Fortnite on your PC, you already know the requirements that you probably need for it. But I'll be looking into that as well. I might got to do a whole video on UEFN alone. but yeah, we'll get to it, so don't worry. All right, so and it says create and published, engagement payout. It's not that simple. You got to apply, then you have to make your map, which can take you days, weeks, and months, and that's fine, as long as you understand it and you get comfortable with it, because we in trial and error as well. Like, I may be working today, but then the game could update and something goes wrong, so it happens. So you have to create your map and you have to get it published. Getting it published, it should be published within the same day. Depends on when you do submit your map for to be released. It could take hours. Some people say it take till the days, but we never ever had that problem. The longest it took us probably about 4 hours to get it published. But see, we usually publish, I guess, at good times, which we'll get into that later on as well. Probably not in this video, probably another video on how to, when it's best to publish your maps. So, yes. So once you get published, then you can, your game will be launched and on Fortnite, and hopefully it's on Discover, and, you can go from there. And then you can start focusing on the payout, getting players on it, and, So let's keep going. You can sign up for brand templates, which are like the Walking Dead maps that you can probably see with the zombies, or the Squid Game maps, the Ninja Turtles, Legos, and I believe K-pop Demon Hunters. Those maps you have to get approval for, and those maps you have to create in UEFN. So that's how I would suggest you get familiar with both ways to create masks, because honestly, when we prefer UEFN, because a lot of people that they prop pumps, escape rooms, stuff like that, you're more comfortable with UEFN, because UEFN's kind of laid out better for like maps like that. But with that being said, we prefer UEFN, but we still use Creative as well, because you can log into UEFN and then launch Fortnite through it. And then if you need to add something else in Fortnite, you could just in that in game, and then it'll take you to Fortnite Creative. So we can have both up. All right, so agree to the program terms, and you can allow brand templates, and then you can create and publish. You have a lot of resources. You already know, have Fortnite. Level up with UEFN. With UEFN, make sure you download the one that's Unreal Editor for Fortnite, because we made that mistake and downloaded the wrong one at first. And yeah, make sure it's UEFN, because Unreal Editor does have a regular Unreal Editor, and it's different from the actual Fortnite Unreal Editor. So make sure it says UEFN. How to publish your islands. And then these are really helpful down here. It explains what my island creator is. What a supporter creator is. It explains the difference. That's very helpful. What you need. I'll read all this stuff, you guys. Remember, you can find it under Creative. Under Create on the Fortnite.com. Go to Creator Portal and click on right here. It'll have all this stuff. You read all this up. Yeah, they explain it. You go apply for our Fortnite developer, which is basically island creator or supporter creator. I would say start with the island creator. Then you worry about supporter creator later. Because supporter creator, I believe you have to have at least like 1,000 followers, I think on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. We met that requirement with our Instagram and our TikTok. But you guys see, our YouTube is still growing. And I believe it's other requirements that I read earlier, like the age limit and stuff like that you have to abide by. You have to have an Epic account. And Fortnite does want access to your social media, so you have to grant them access to it as well. So think about that if you don't want them inside of your account. But I don't think they like, oh my gosh, I'm checking your stuff. They just want access to it because they're supporting you as a creator. So, but that's for supporter creator. That's not for an island creator. All right. So let's go back to the creator portal. It has all these different icons you guys can click on, the documentation that you'll need and explain it. But let's just start by log into the account. So you guys, unfortunately, this video has come to an end. Part 2. When we get into it, hopefully I explained it well. If not, I will do another video. So don't worry, don't bash me. So I will do another video, helping this video. So we're going to start making tutorials. Hopefully we're going to drop one once a week. That's the goal. But please, if you don't, please don't hate us. We're going to try to, but we will. We're very active in our socials, especially our Discord. Our Discord, you guys will be getting us first, getting everything first. Then the other social medias will be getting them. But you guys can write us on our Discord, message us, ask all the questions you need. We usually answer within 24 hours. One of us will. And you probably will be hearing my voice more than anybody because the guys prefer to stay in behind the scenes, and I respect that. I'm more open to being on social media, being involved in the content, but the guys going to be behind the scenes and hands-on, so that's okay. But I will be posting more gameplay of the whole squad, so don't worry about that. But sometimes you will hear different voices. Just know that it's all of us here in Culture Creators. Was one of us here. So, well, you guys, I hope this video will at least get you in the process of learning more about Fortnite creator, how to become a creator. Hope this video point you in the right direction on how to start doing your own research, start looking it up on YouTube, start reading all those helpful articles that Fortnite have for you guys. Like, those articles are very informative, like how you saw like this area. It helps you out a lot because even like you click on this one, it tells you all the requirements that you got to have. I forgot to mention is actually, you already know you have to have your account your Epic's account have to be more than 30 days old. You have to have some time editing, which we already talked about that. And you have to spend and redeem $73 in the last 90 days on Fortnite in-game products. Gift cards and V-Bucks gift cards. That means you have to spend like V-Bucks. At least $73 worth in the last 90 days. We exceeded that. We spent like over $300 on V-Bucks. Yeah, so we exceeded that. So whoever is signing up for the creator, if you're going to be a whole squad or a whole team, whoever's signing up with the program needs to meet these requirements. And then I believe you can add on your teammates, and I believe they have to meet those requirements as well. But I will look more into it. It could have changed now, but I don't think it did. I think you all have to meet the same requirements. Because like I signed up for the program first, and then the guys, I added them on as admins and all that. So we all have our personal Epic account connected to this creator account. And yes, I had a lot of money spent on V-Bucks. So so yes, that is a lot of deal breaker for a lot of people. The V-Bucks spending requirement, but it's over 90 days. You know, if you guys can do it, I would just say, just try to do it this one time so you can get in the program. And once you're in the program, you're in. You know, you don't have to keep renewing that. And let's see. Just read the rest of the stuff. And, you know, set the terms and agreements for the payout terms. You know, the creator or the legal representative must be a legal adult. You know, you can read those guidelines and about the how do they pay you, and yep. So we're gonna keep going, and this is for I know it says, maybe it doesn't. Never mind. Okay. Okay, so I got a support and creator code when I sign up for the program. How do I use it? This explains how to use that code as well. Remember I told you guys that code basically helps you help support that creator, like literally. When you use that code, like when you purchase V-Bucks or you buy something from the item shop, and you put in that creator code. So if you guys want, you guys can use us. That'd be helpful. We appreciate it. Our creator code is KULTURECREATORS all together. That way, you know, basically we get that boosted when you purchase. We don't get your money at all. Your money goes to Fortnite. But that'll help us. Okay, hey, some Fortnite, hey, somebody using a creator code, like, you know, that'll help boost us, and we'll appreciate it. But I'll go in more detailed about that later. Let's see what happens if you remember. Okay, this is inexplained this. Like, you have to be over 18. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, that's what they require now. You know, that's not us. That's Epic and Fortnite. So, you know, I do apologize about that, but you have to be at least 18 years old. Who's not eligible? It explains who's not eligible. But if you're banned or if your account get rejected, hopefully you're not trouble on Fortnite. So if you are, you might not can't join the program, or you might be restricted. So it's like, just make sure you have a clean account. You won't have any problems at all. They'll approve you, and they're pretty fast. Like, I know people used to say, oh, they take all days, but they're pretty fast. So we never had an issue that we had to wait on Fortnite for something. Like, yeah, so that would just apply. And hey, even if you don't know if your account is banned or you know, you have problems with your account, apply. Nothing can hurt. So you just apply it. All right, so they got the payouts. They explain this as well. I will just go in more details when I'll actually do part 2 of this video, because I'm going to actually log in. So part 2 is going to be actual inside of the creative portal. I might have to learn a lot of stuff, because we want to show you guys hands-on the account. So they explain what the engagement payouts are. Read all this stuff. I would recommend it. Read, guys. Very important. Tell you how it's calculated. It'll tell you what you see your payouts. We will show you that in part 2 of this video. And it'll show you when do creators receive their payouts. It explains all that. You have to make sure you complete each step. Like, they do not play with that. If you haven't signed an agreement, or if you haven't said, I understand, or clicked on it, you're not getting access to it. Because even with the new campaign system they have, where you can, campaigns basically where you can pay to have them sponsor your map now on Discover, you have to be approved in it first. They determine if you're eligible for it. And then once you are, you have to click on I understand to even have it pop up and be in your creator portal now. So yeah, they're really, I understand, you signing, making sure they get your consent before you can move forward with a lot of stuff. All right, so let's go on. I'll read all this. And it explains the $100 that we said. You have to meet that $100 minimum within 12 months before you can even get paid. But man, excuse me, guys. Sometimes. And if you don't meet the $100, they would just reset it back to 0. You have to meet it again. Hey, I know it was not fair, but I just, you know, sometimes stuff in life isn't fair, you guys. So you just have to hustle and get your map past that. You guys know why they do it? Please let us know. But they do it. All right, so you read this one. You understand? What is Fortnite's net revenue? It explains this. I'll read that as well. So what happens to my payout? I will read this. I guess if you transfer ownership, we never did this before, so we don't have a clue, right? How we can't show you this. I'm sorry, because we all agreed on calling ourselves culture creators, and we all talked about all this. We made our logos, and well, we didn't make it. We got our logos made and decided to just I created an account, and then I added the guys to it as well, so they're on it too, so they have access to it. So, but we never had the transfer ownership. I will say, do your research on that if you think you might transfer ownership in the future or whatever, but we're not doing that. Yep, so I read all this stuff, you guys. If you guys haven't already, because I want this video to be too long, I actually went over. I said I was going to stop at 22 minutes. But part 2 is coming. Part 2 is we're going to go through the whole portal and show you guys, how to sign up and all that stuff and what they ask for. We're going to actually, we're going to do it with you guys. So just please like, comment, and subscribe this video. This video was really to be a little informative on get you going on how to start doing your research, looking into it, reading stuff, reading the articles, being more informative about becoming a creator. We will actually start next by logging into doing the process with you guys. All right, you guys. So if we forgot anything or if anything changed, please let us know. So remember, go to Google, put in how to become a Fortnite creative, and this stuff will come up. I will read this, but then go back to this tab, and this tab. And remember, if there are 2 different things, there's an island creator and a supported creator, 2 different programs. We started becoming island creators first, then we did supported creator because you have to have at least 1,000 followers. So, but you can do it either way. It doesn't matter. You want to do it, it's fine. But you have to sign up for both of them. 2 different signups to do that. So, and then I will start looking into after you watch this video, I will start looking into going into Fortnite and finding creative on there, favoring it, looking at it. If you want to go ahead, I would suggest you do, just to get familiar with it. And then downloading UEFN, but we will show you how to download UEFN in a video. So don't worry, because UEFN, we know that's how did we get intimidated by it. So, we prefer UEFN. So, UEFN, I believe, have more stuff than Fortnite Creative. So you can see how we do UEFN as well, and how that goes. And remember, for UEFN, you have to have a powerful computer. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do, just do Fortnite Creative because they don't have to buy a whole new computer and all that stuff. But don't quote us on that. But yes, look into it. If you guys want to, go ahead and, become a developer, do the support creator already. And then when we drop the next video, you guys can already be ahead. That'd be great. But if not, just wait for us. We'll be dropping part 2 of this video. And we're going to walk you through how to sign up. Well, I'm going to try to walk you through as much as I can to sign up because I'm already signed up for it. But we are for sure going to show you guys what the creator portal look like and all the information that's on there. The video might be a little bit long. But yes, so please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want more videos of this, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, Culture Mafia. We'll see you soon.